Hello everyone, and a very warm welcome to this week's mixed media tutorial with me, Lisa Taggart. This week we're using one of my favourite stamps, the bay leaf Cottage, along with little Pan and a hare. He's going to Pastures new, going on an adventure. And if you want to join me on this week's creative adventure, let's first of all look at the materials. To begin, I decided to use the Paul Rubens watercolour set again, and also the sparkly watercolour card, which I think both worked very well together. We're also using the acetate circle masks, and I've chosen the medium one for this project. And I've pulled out my Stabilo pastel pencils, which are lovely bright colours, and I really enjoy using these. We've got ink pads, Nocturne and Versifying Clair, and Dark Denim in the elements. Also some masking fluid and a very gnarly masking brush. We've got the size 10 all-rounder paintbrush, also a water brush, a pencil, very fancy pencil this week, and the black Stabilo pencil, along with a black fine liner, an applicator for the pencils, and a sparkly gold pen, along with white, yellow and pink. So moving on then to the stamps, we've got the Fairy Fir Tree 2, Wild Hares Large, we've got Pan, Bay Leaf Cottage, Fairy Washing Line, Silhouette Foliage and Tree Group. So if you want to convert all of those into something that looks a little like this, just keep on watching. So to begin, we've 9.5 by 7 inches of our watercolour card, and I just really did a few squiggly lines to indicate a path in the bottom third of the picture. I've also marked out our circle for the sun, and I've measured before I drew the path the size of the cottage. I put the top of it to the top of the page and saw where the path might begin. That was how I came up with the composition. So now I'm just stamping it in place and lining the little stairs up with the path. Something like that. And you'll see also that I have marked in the horizon line in the top third of the picture, just below where the sun is going to be, just so I have an idea where I'm stamping later on. Now we're ready to do some painting. As usual, I'm starting with the lightest tones of paint to add in what I describe as an underlayer of pale yellow, and I'm going to be putting in the lightest areas of the painting first of all, just to get warmed up as well. It's always good to have something down, and I'll mainly be using yellows, oranges, a little bit of red. I'm also, in terms of the cooler tones, I'll be using a couple of blues, purple and some black. And really, so the painting will be harmonised, I'll be sticking to the same colours and mixing them together. I will have quite bold colours in the sky with dark oranges, reds and purples. And then to some extent I'm going to reflect that in the land below the horizon line, not so strongly, but mixing the same colours so that they reflect from the sky. now I'm beginning the painting of the roof, and I've chosen a different colour blue to start this off, but essentially I'll be building up the layers very gradually. I have this colour blue, and then I'm introducing black under the little ridges on the roof, and I'll wait for each layer to dry, and then add the ultramarine and some purple eventually to gradually darken it down, because when a building is in front of the light source, it will be very dark at the front. Of course, there will be some light illuminating the sides of the building, so I'll be using my pastels to introduce that at a later point. But as you can see, I'm just gradually building up the colour using the watercolour, and I'll finish it off with the pastels later on. And also, as I said earlier, with using colour on the land, I'll be reflecting the colour of the sky on the roof to some extent as well. Now, off camera in the sky, I've extended the little red and orange elements through the sun to give it more of an authentic look. I've also darkened up the roof, added some purple and darkened the top of the sky and just blended it in a little bit better. and I keep trying to darken down the shadows in the foreground underneath the fences, and eventually I deepen those down using the dark denim ink, but I do that later on towards the end off camera, but telling you now while I remember. So I've used a variety of gel pens and Posca pen and also a pencil, a burgundy pencil, just to fill in the wee dots and dashes to indicate some flowers here and there. Also used the gold sparkle pen to add some highlights, particularly around the cottage, on the tops of the gates, some of the flowers as well. And now for that cosmic magical look, I'm adding some stars by hand. I could have done splatters, but I didn't want to risk the stars going where they shouldn't, particularly on the roof of the cottage. So friends, that just about wraps it up for this week. I hope you enjoyed the video. You can see that I've added some pastel pencil to mist back the background trees, and there's the stars completed, the sparkly gold pen as well on the side of the cottage, and a few in the flowers. I've also put in the dark shadows, deepened those in front of the fences. That was really bothering me, so now it's done. And it's been mounted up onto a black and cream card. Please consider subscribing if you learned something today, or if you enjoyed the video. Hit the notification bell. Please leave me a comment, like and share. All of that's so important to this channel. Also, my shop links are in the description box below, where this piece is for sale, along with last week's cards and some other things as well. But until next time, take very good care of yourselves, of course, and above all, get creating, be brave, and enjoy the adventure.